we get some more information about and to go forward. Okay, and there's a lot of people here. I want to thank our vendors, Gift Guard, which how much stay. And then I had Mike share with the Zavis group from Farm Bureau, and then I had Kathy. So we're gonna come this way. Sure. Kathy Sabota with Lions Title Secured Title Michigan. And then I had the new CC with Power Lending for the hot minute, me and Jacqueline. So there's great information here.
Exciting CC. So
Yes.
yeah, we need that last spam. Come see.
Yes. And then we have Suarez and Key Real Estate or Key Inspections back there. Anything from the house, home, and well, septic, sewer, please see that. Okay.
Also, I do have a suggestion for you guys to make sure that you have your sellers go ahead and get the home warranty before they list. So that way, if there's an inspection that comes up and it has to be retyped, you would be covered.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Stacy's amazing.
There you go. Make sure you see the vendors and you talk to them. Also, CC felt bad she couldn't be here, so she wants to make it up to everyone. So make sure you scan here. We're going to do a live Friday morning for everyone to be paid. So we'll share this. So make sure that you see yourselves. Make sure we're Facebook friends, so we can see it all from there. Okay. But I want to introduce today for everyone. I have Mike Flake, our state broker, and Dempsey, one of our area leaders, Sealy with one P. Sorry about that, dude. Sorry, the VA did it. Yes.
Yeah, so we opened up Michigan October 15th of 2023, and it's been a tremendous success. As of today, we have 380 agents. Depending on what system you look at, but it's we're growing very rapidly. I expect to have 500 by the end of the year, maybe even 600. So it's such a great opportunity to be at this company right now. We're going to be going public. We're going to talk about that more. We've got number one or number two agent depending on. And maybe they were duking it out on who was 1, 2, and 3.
Well, really depends.
I wish like Doug and I were in a fight that that he did not know we were in the game against each other, and somehow he beat me. So I texted him and said, "Congratulations, you won a game you didn't know you were playing."
Natural winners. It's not
Right.
And they couldn't come until I was here.
Right.
So that's.
So I moved Mike's license, turned around, started moving mine, and he somehow got in before. Stop writing. That's okay. I don't want you to.
Number two.
That's
So
right.
it's all right. So I think the really cool thing is that Mike doesn't ever talk about like where he came from. It's quick little vibe. Because you were happy where you were at.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I spent 9 years at Century 21, which was a great place to do business. It was very expensive, but I ran a team and they had about 8 to 9 offices.
and don't you know the broker there?
I did. It was actually my father-in-law. So I actually left my own father-in-law to go to Epique Realty. And part of the reason was, like, I probably could have taken over the whole company if I wanted to, but I wanted nothing to do with the franchise model, which was stagnant and broke. The technology was archaic, and it wasn't something that I wanted to do. So then I went off and went to EXP. I was there for 5 years, and it was a fantastic company, great to do business, but it didn't provide anything special. There wasn't 90 plus benefits. And by the time that I wanted to start recruiting and being active in that whole realm of the agent attraction, it was almost too late. It was very difficult to recruit agents, and we had some people that came into the company that, I don't know, didn't jive with me. So 2023, I saw my good friends made a switch over. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't even fathom picking up the whole team and leaving and starting over. I kid you not, I told Jill, I'm like, Jill, take a look at this. And she's like, No. That's just what she said. Absolutely not.
And then we didn't talk about it for a little while, and then it became, I was like, are we ready to talk about this now? Because I did look, and was like, no way.
Yeah, so that was, now we're fast forward to today, and it's 2.5 years in. And it's been just an incredible journey.
Terry, I was answering a story.
Yeah, it's,
So it's great because I just like, I love my broker, I love where I'm at, I love what I'm doing, I don't want him to make any moves, I don't want to switch, I don't want this. And I'm like, if you could break up with your father-in-law, you could get it.
that's a tough one.
I was at my bench for like 20 years. I was the director of development for Remax. I was a huge balloon clutcher. Like, it was the greatest thing in the world. Sandra and I were ready at the same time. We didn't tell each other we were switching. Then after the deal was closed, we both switched media to speed. Like, we saw each other, like, literally the next day. We're like, oh, you switched. You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. So it was pretty funny. So it's just kind of how that works, right?
A lot of you guys will be in the situation where you're talking to someone that you know that they're happy where they're at. But you have to think about it. Just because they're happy doesn't mean that they don't want something that's better for themselves, better for the family, and we'll look at a really good opportunity.
Which I think is a great way to segue into this, right? So Epique Epique Realty. So 3 family members. One guy's a pretty smart guy, goes to Harvard, does a pretty cool thing, makes a couple lead generation companies, gets bought out by Boomtown. Some of you guys will know it, some of you won't. Not a small company, makes a little cash off of that, goes to EXP, ends up joining the largest revenue share group at EXP. So now you're still watching to see what passive income looks like, gets to watch how the model works, gets to analyze what works good, what doesn't work good. And so now they take off like, we need to find something better. They realized there wasn't anything better. So Josh, Candace, and Chris created Epique Realty out of Houston, Texas, launched it, hit 50 agents kind of overnight. And from that point of 50 agents, they've been a cash company ever since. We're not carrying debt. We don't have venture capitalists. We don't have seed money. We don't have investors. We don't have anybody that we have to answer to. So we're an all cash company. We're the fastest growing female majority owned brokerage in history. So it's kind of, and the first female majority international brokerage in history. So it's a whole thing. So that being said, let's see if we can kind of entertain y'all for a second. Oh, there we go. We already talked about that, so you don't need us anymore. Moving on. So healthcare. So Mike is a perfect example of this. Mike uses healthcare like anybody else. We're gonna have a person that's going to abuse a benefit. It's going to be Mike. Poison everything. How many times? 5 times.
5 in the first year.
Yeah. So he uses the benefits. But yeah, virtual primary care, virtual urgent care. You've got over 1,000 prescriptions. We've got one agent literally. I think he might be with us just because of that. Just because of the prescriptions, just because it saves over $4,000 a year just the prescriptions alone. And then we've got our mental health, which, having to deal with certain people, we might all need that. Certain clients, certain brokers, certain agents, like who knows what, right? You might need some help. So you got all of those available.
Yeah, but then you also have not just for yourself, but you have for your pets. So you have pet care. So how many people in this room have pets?
Okay.
People love their pets. And these pets do get expensive.
Just asked him.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
All right, guys. Mike, take over. Mike Scott. Dental and vision.
I do have a story.
Yeah,
Does this count as a supplemental if you already have insurance?
it doesn't. It's completely separate. So it goes along well with what you have. What I do is I look at what I had prior, and then I've changed my plan to less coverage where I didn't need the in-person doctor's visits. So now I have more of a catastrophic plan.
So I have military, so like it's not based like what you're talking about, the civilian.
Yeah.
Thing, but it doesn't, the mental health is considered out of network, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, so you can still use the mental, you can use the prescription. Like I have Blue Cross Blue Shield still, but I don't use my Blue Cross Blue Shield. I use the free because I'll still have copay. I might have $50 or $60, but I'll use the free and it's 100% free. And I've got a family of 5. I swear we use it at least, I think last week we used it twice. We use it nonstop. These girls are in college, they're like petri dishes, they're sick all the time.
Does it cover kids up to 26?
It does.
It's $20 for a spouse, $5 per child, max $35. Yeah, so like my son's in Grand Rapids. My other son's an agent. He's in the Air Force. So of course, we have military stuff, sometimes you have big delays, and we have issues getting appointments, get those faster this way, get seen more often this way. And of course, if it's urgent care, right, I'm trying to stitch yourself up, I'll tell you need to go to the emergency room. But at the same time, at least you get to know what's going on. You get a quick little diagnosis, and you get a quick result, and know exactly what you need to be doing. So those are some huge benefits.
And then moving on, the dental and vision. So you get a really good dental plan. It's a PPO,
Delta Dental.
yeah, and it's, so I paid for Delta Dental previously, and I was paying $270 a month. I switched my whole family over, and it was $125 to switch everyone over. But then I got the eyeglass coverage included on top of that. So I have 4 people in my family who have glasses. So we get contacts delivered like nonstop. So it saves us probably another couple $1,000 for all the different medical.
And those both go to 26.
Yes.
The reason I'm asking is military kicks you out at 21 unless you're roll 8 hours full time.
Yeah, 26. It might be 25, but I don't know the exact.
Depends what you, anybody know your, Julie, know your,
So sorry.
not your, so somewhere, I'll go between 24 and 26, but it is, if you go into GoDaddy.com, to the healthcare facts.
I'll take a Thursday. Good things for you.
It'll be there, So, yeah, so you went from 260 to 1 to 25, you picked up vision for free, they didn't have before, so that was pretty awesome. So then we also have childcare, we have elderly care, we have student tutoring, we have dog care. This is about, depending on who you hire, fully background, and you depend on who they are, what the hourly rate is, based on their hourly rate, probably 10 to 14 hours of Epic's giving you for free. So now you've got at least 10 to 14 hours of some healthcare and some elderly care and some tutoring and all the other stuff that you need that you never knew that you were going to get from a brokerage. That's for sure.
Well, my daughter's got to study for the SAT now. So, I don't know, 6 hours of SAT prep sounds like a great plan for me. And if you want to use more, you can use more if you just pay for the additional. You get $250 for free for a year, which fantastic.
Have a baby, get rid of some fees for a little while while you're at home, but the newborn, getting adjusted, maternity are free. And then we've got roadside assistance. That's another thing that we like to make fun of Mike for, because he has, how many gallons of gas in your garage? How many tanks? 15 single gallon tanks in this garage. What does that represent?
Yeah.
Like, probably 14 times the amount of gas, and then 1 gallon takes for the longest.
I have multiple pictures of me walking along the chassis. Whoever picks me up, they generally will take a picture of me carrying the gas can.
It's usually sent to you.
Yes.
So roadside assistance, we know what that is, towing, fix, get a flat fixed, towing, jumper cables, keys locked in the car, or need a gallon of gas. So those are happening, you don't get that benefit until you're with us for a year.
Or you get the local service.
Both for these 10 miles.
Okay, so you can get towed as well. So, okay, so now let's actually get the real estate stuff. Because we just wasted 10, or not wasted, but we just wasted 10 minutes on non-real estate stuff. So with that one being said, you've got Essentials. Essentials is a daily live training based on real estate relevant topics every single day, Monday through Friday. Helping you with finance and helping you with lead generation, helping you with Financial Fridays, Tech Tuesdays. So there's things every single day of the week. So it's great training. It's not this boilerplate, plug in a video and just walk it through.
It's literally in person every day, and it's relevant to what agents need. So if you're a new agent and you want to learn the CRM, you can see what days and what times you learn about it, plug in and get live training. It's really good.
Then you have mentorship. So this is something that nobody knows about when it comes to other brokerages. It is just an Epique exclusive. It was dreamt of or born upon by Janice. Yeah. So this is like her baby, our CFO. This is an agent that's in your area, that's accomplished, that has ran a team, ran a brokerage, ran an independent office. That's an accomplished, big producer, veteran in the business, that can do accountability, that can do mentoring, that can handle objections, that can explain all the forms. Like, this is your go-to person. Like, normally other companies have someone like this for the first 5 deals, 6 deals, 10 years, and then you got to pay them.
Yeah, you have to pay them after your commission.
Right. So our agents now have an area leader, have an accountability coach forever, as long as you're with Epic, and no additional money coming out of pocket. So that's, yeah, that's best. So we've got several in this room, as a matter of fact, 6 of them. 6, you already counted.
Yeah, I did. So maybe, so if you're into like the agent traction, which is a huge benefit of this brokerage, you can recruit somebody in Florida, in Arizona, in California. You can plug them right in, that area leader will wrap their arms around them. And you don't have to worry, like at my last brokerage, like if I tried to recruit somebody to Florida, they were left on an island. They were literally left on an island and it was a struggle. So those people had to rely on their downlines only. We don't want people to rely on the downline. We want the company to step in and take over and train them from start to finish and the whole way of their career.
So AI growth certification, I search, let's skip over comment. So, I mean, it's kind of,
Yeah,
it's worth skipping over.
it's
But the
free.
great part is you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. That's the good thing about comment. AI growth certification.
Kicks in after what?
Kicks next. AI growth certification, that is, I mean, that's a program where this is kind of like, I would say it's like a flex. It's, nobody knows who Epic is. We're less than one half of 1% of all realtors in the nation. Even though we've been with the company 2.5 years, it's still at a ground floor level. Like most people don't even know we exist yet. So it's a great time to be in. But when you're looking at AI growth certification, like this is something that we can say, like we've already influenced the entire nation, right? So we have Realtor associations already adopted our program. It's already out there being utilized on all these other brokerages. It's something that, came from us.
Yeah, in the AI Pro certification, it's rapidly changing. And when we started 2.5 years ago, that certification was way different than what it is today. Because it's AI is changing by the hour. So maybe most agents should check in on the AI certification, maybe. I don't know if you can take it legally again, but I would figure out a way to keep up with that because it's the most important thing that we're ever gonna do is AI in the next 5 years.
And then Power Academy, how exciting does that sound? Probably not very exciting, but it's an interactive educational system that's all online. And when I say interactive, it's like we've all gone online and done a class. We've all gone online and done like some type of certification. We've all been bored to death and just sped through it as fast as we can possibly speed through it. But in this one, if you say something dumb, you like Rob Stein actually looks at you like you're dumb. Like, it's like, did you really say that?
It'll let us tell you, I'm sorry, you just lost your client at the open house.
There you go. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, like they have like a simulation thing where you can phone calls and like it'll hang on, which is what really happens in real life.
So it's an awesome piece to be, an awesome piece to have accessible and accessibility to. So perfect expired call, perfect for sale by owner call, perfect open house. All of these great things are all set up in there. Also in there is every single contract that you're going to need explained by one of our area leaders. Not only are you going to not have an idea about it, you're actually going to be able to watch it, go through it, be able to explain it to your clients. It's right there waiting for you and fill it out. Most important, and it's all accessible.
Then we have power coaching. So imagine having your own coaching service right at your fingertips. How much does coaching cost? As an signed up for coaching,
$650 a month.
it can be
Like that's
$650. That's cheap. That is cheap. The national average for a real estate coach is $2,500 a month. So $2,500 a month.
Should be a cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it is extremely expensive. And I think that that's one of the most underutilized things that we offer is the coaching platform. I just don't see a lot of our agents using it when it's just sitting there right at our fingertips and for free. So I'm incorporating the power coaching into my whole team. So, and I'm making my team members go to it. So it's a benefit for my team. It's a benefit for me as the team leader. Why not get these agents trained up and give them some accountability because it's free.
And is this the Monday class with Rob?
It's 2 times a month. And I'm not sure, there's a motivational Monday, and what's the there's a second.
It's every.
I can find Rob. He's good.
Yeah, he's very,
Yeah.
so,
People hire 30, 40 grand to have them like one-on-one.
Yeah.
So you
I like him.
better be good.
yeah, and here, it's literally included. There's so many things that if you plug yourself in, if you want to be successful and you're not, it's on you because there's so many things where you can plug into and learn from some of the best people in the industry.
All right, so marketing. AI headshots. This also can be kind of humorous as well, you guys. Be very serious. If you're very serious professional brand of photography, be wonderful. And you can also have 5 mics around a bonfire. Very weird, but it's AI. You can do all kinds of goofy stuff with it. You can add 25 pounds to yourself. You want to be a little bigger. You want to be a little smarter, get 25 pounds off. You want to have perfect branded photography, perfect branded like commercial photograph. That's for everything. That's also
That's one the AI headshots.
well, that wasn't one. That was 1.1.
We moved that to 2.0.
What else was way back?
You don't have 5 lights at the fire.
So 2.0, you can have like upside down oceans. You can be like a Star Wars. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff, you guys.
Go to.
And it actually looks good. You don't have like an extra arm. You don't have extra fingers. Like it looks good. So it's good stuff. Graphic is a really cool program. We haven't talked about Realty.com yet, but Realty.com gives us a pace from the IDX for us. So you can go into graphic. It is a complete suite of marketing. You're coming soon, you're just pending, you're under contract, you're whatever it is that you want. Plug in your idea, plug in your MLS number, and it auto-populates everything. You've got an entire piece.
Yeah, like imagine custom curated content just for you. This is what graphic will do. And graphic will also take over your social media management. You can tie it to your MLS, you can tie it to your social media. So if you get a new listing, that new listing comes in, it creates the graphic and it auto posts for you.
Is it like social media?
It's all social different, sometimes different. It's got, because it's not the generic that looks at everything, it custom creates it just for you. So it's 10 times better than social media, but I don't see people using it in apps. So really needs to
Creator is a program that automatically stitches all the photography together to create videos. If you guys have listings, if you don't put videos on your listings, you're crazy. If you don't have a video on your listing, you are at the bottom of Zillow, at the bottom of Home, you're at the bottom of Realtor, you're at the bottom of everything.
And that's just your social media. Like, how do you guys figure out?
Creator?
Yes.
Okay.
So every time you do the video,
Come on, man, stay with us.
part of the video package is the creator video that will come with it.
I see.
So it's a video walkthrough of your house.
Okay.
With AI.
In Canva Pro, I mean, you're saving $360, but that's not really the big savings. The big savings in Canva Pro is it's a collaborative account, you're saving time. So a lot of stuff that we're doing right now, that's replacing a lot of your low dollar activity and saves you a lot of time. So you can go in there, find your favorite people that do all the graphics, grab their stuff, copy it, put your name and number on it, put your photography on it, store it, push it back out. You don't have to create all these templates that they're already there. They're already created by somebody. If I could create Canva stuff, you guys would never see it. I'd be like, take me a week. Yeah, it's terrible.
So Thanks.io, I've been using it for about 7 years, way prior to coming over here. So when they announced that we're getting Thanks.io, it was super exciting because I was paying a monthly membership. And what it does is it creates custom content, handwritten notes, handwritten postcards. There's a really powerful tools in the background where you can do geographic farming. So what I use it for is if I have that unicorn buyer that's looking for something that's just not available, I will find that house, I'll do a geographic farm. I'll find all the houses that have in-ground pools, walkout basements, 3 bedrooms that are built in the last like 10 years. And I'll mail out to every single one with a handwritten note. And I'll say, all right, I've got this perfect buyer. I'll even say their names. I've got two kids and they're dying to find a house with people in the neighborhood. If you are at all interested in selling, whether it's a month, 2 months, or 6 months, please reach out to me. I sold 6 houses with one mailing. One of them was a $1.4 million listing. Sold 5 others of that one mailing. So 667 of them.
It's pretty good return on investment.
Do you have to get a route or can you just pick one subdivision?
You can pick one subdivision. You can pick. I can pick, like, they wanted a school district, so I mapped out the entire school district. And it sent it to there's about 600 different houses that I mailed it out to.
Yeah, you can choose multiple.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to do.
But the,
Yeah. See those posts on it. It's not.
Right.
So,
the most expensive one that I sold on there, he's like, Mike, I've heard of your name before. And he's like, I couldn't believe that you took the time to handwrite it in the snow. And I knew that you handwrote it because I licked my finger and it's all smudged. So I knew you handwrote it in the snow. I'm like, I did. It's like, I used to robo pen. He's like, you're kidding me. But he still had me come over anyways. Yes, they'll mail them.
The other cool things on banks that I owe is gift cards. But you guys buy a bunch of kids' cards, 70% get wasted. So if you do things that I know, it's true, you actually email those things out, and then once they activate them, then your card gets charged. So you're not paying for the gift cards until they activate, until they actually want to use them. So now you're not wasting all that money. Zillow Showcase, massive savings. If you guys are Zillow Showcase users and you're not with Epic, you're gonna want to be, because it's $250 per showcase, $165 for photography. You're looking at $415 really quickly to be able to do a Zillow Showcase, and people are spending thousands to do a Zillow Showcase. Not at Epic.
Previously, it was costing me $1,100 to $1,200 per event, per showcase listing. And it was still worth it because I was getting 3 to 4 leads per one, and just turn one of those into a client and it's worth it. But now it's $340 for the photo package and the showcase. So worth it.
AdWords, the cross-branded marketing, any brokerage you're at, you can have AdWords. Ours is discounted, other brokers are discounted. I love AdWords, but it's not a huge thing to spend a lot of time on. But however, the free listing ads is a cool thing to spend time on. So every listing ad is over $400,000, Epic's gonna advertise it for you. So you guys know a lot of agents, and most agents usually just stick a sign in the yard, they walk away, right? We shouldn't advertise it, we should be marketing experts in our industry. And so the reality is Epic's gonna help us advertise. So when they help us advertise, those are on Facebook, those are on Google Click Ads, those are out on social. They see that house they like, they'll click on it, and automatically feeds them into your website that's provided by Epic. And then they're gonna give their information. So now you're gonna get a notification you have a prospect for that listing. They're also provided by Epic. It's your CRM. It's gonna drop them into that. And also provided by Epic is going to be Eric who's gonna start talking about, having a conversation about their AI, let you know when you're ready to go.
Yes, on average per listing that will do the free advertising on mine, I get between 9 and 12 free leads, which that's a lot. The performance is better than any other. Like if I run an ad on Facebook or anything, I might get 2 to 3 for that week. But here I get like 9 to 11. It's a pretty good.
The last one I had Shelby at 67 leads from their piece. So I did call them all for you guys. Somebody else did. Don't start. It's a whole different thing, guys. Moving on. Anyway, all right. So kind of just hit on this. So lofty servers, lofty teams, fully customized websites, banned domains, all included, seamless. You don't say, hey, we're gonna give you something, and then, oh, by the way, when you get over here, like, well, we're gonna give you the crappy version, but if you actually want the full version that we talked about in the presentation, you gotta pay extra. Nope, not. The stuff that we just talked about that seamlessly integrates all the way through is what you're getting. AI is what you're getting. Enterprise version is what you're getting. Our competition there's some brokers out there that give you lofty, it's the base version. It's like the $100 version. We're giving you the $700 to $800 version. If you have a team, that lofty team add-on is $500. You get that as well. If you have a team with Epic, you get the lofty add-on for free. That's $1,200 per month.
Yeah, there's a slight up. So if you're buying leads from other sources and you feed it into Lofty, there's a $20 fee per month for the AI to work on those imported leads. But all the leads that Epic generates are the ones that you get for free, and it'll work its magic all for free. Well, it's worth the $20 or $25 a month.
Yeah.
Everyone should do that.
Everybody's doing it. So the next really cool thing is our 2.0, right? So that's also being happening right now. The apps is being recreated all the time and constantly.
It's kind of here.
All right. Listen, our content. We gotta change. We gotta change. So there's some stuff. And there's smart companies. There's smart companies. That's our national, regional director. There, I don't know, her name's like super long, but anyways. So here's the really cool thing. When you walk out of the listing, you're going to be able to walk out of the listing and your people love it. So then you can say, talk to Eric, our AI, at Epic. You're like, Eric, I need you to write a $500,000 offer with 20% down with a 7-day inspection period. And Eric will be like, well, do you need any other ancillary documents? Like, sure, I need a swimming pool addendum, I need a sprinkler addendum, whatever it might be. And then when you get back to the office, in this little envelope, in this folder, will be all that information pulled, filled out, and ready to be sent out. You just got to review it and then send it all out. Again, massive time savings. I hate doing, well, like, for family.
Yeah, is that right?
Later this year. What's the car gonna?
Whenever Josh finished working his
I was
magic,
gonna say, yeah, they're
working.
working hard, and he like spent every one of the MLSs and boards and everything have to be fed in so that it can, you're making sure you're pulling the right dots, the right information and everything, so
So don't.
it's a big undertaking,
I think they should test market it in Michigan first.
right? I will let Jesse know.
So I used the
I second that one.
I used the new AI real staging on Cloud 2.0, and so it works so much better.
Yes.
So
It's
it's
real-
I thought the brokerage was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Let's know how to get random TV where it's those, but I mean, other.
yeah. This one like drops shadows and stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
It's legit.
All right, so virtual staging's on point. Our Epic Cloud app is constantly being constantly being updated. Then we have a digital business card, like a Popple, Link, or Blank, whatever the heck. But where we at right now?
Like, we have, like, it's getting switched out to maybe now.
Like,
You
might be
hear
going to dot.
the switches?
Is it going to dot?
Give
I like having Jill here. We keep looking over here like, hey.
Whoever keeps looking at like the biggest, we have not announced to who the next one is.
Okay. I think the digital business card, the best thing about those is you all giving your card to somebody that said they want to list in the future, then sit there with your fingers crossed, hoping they call you in the future, which we all know sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. If you give them the digital card, you'll get their information, you can call them in the future. They're gonna list in springtime, call before springtime, say, hey, I know you're ready to list, let's have a conversation. That's why I love digital cards.
I guess it's the next one's gonna be our own Epic card.
That'd be cool. That'd be fun too. Anything else you want to talk about? Maybe the next piece. Free buyers, free sellers, attraction leads. So 12 different lead sources. They're internet leads, you guys. So we're not going to stand here and be like, hey, this is going to make you a millionaire, right? They're internet leads. There's a 8% average, probably an 8-month maturation process. Doesn't matter. What does matter is they're free. So once you get the leads, you put the leads together and you close it, you're not losing 50%, 30%, 70%, whatever.
That's it, like the lazy agents, anything,
Yeah.
Eric, our AI will still work on.
So listen, I'm closing tomorrow on realty.com.
There you go, yeah. On average in Michigan, we close between 10 and 14 deals a month just from the free leads.
Yeah.
So they are legit, and I can see some of the follow-up. So if I know that one's closing, I'll go and kind of take a sneak peek and see what the follow-up was. Sometimes the agents haven't done anything until Eric tells them, like, it's like repeat over and over to call them. Because they're constantly like, we want to see touch, we want to see touch.
Mike, is that from the frenzy leads or from the
Yes.
upgrade version?
The frenzy leads, that's the seller leads, but it's from all of them, like the MI home leads, they all, whenever they feed in something and they just grabs them, the AI will start dripping on them, like. And just like,
And those are the ones that go up on a lofty all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Lofty is all the free leads, right? But the one that's, the one that goes to your realty, in the black, like, has the black bar on it for the icon, that's your realty.com leads, those are the front leads. They're always looking for a cash offer, so they fill out a form, literally looking to be called about a cash offer, so they are way more than but the other ones are about 8 to 10%, the realty ones are, 28 to 34%, so much different from there we have, well, realty.com, it's still, to get the pro membership, is another savings of another almost $400, that was awesome as well. And then we've got our marketing automation tool, we talked about already, got anything to do with click offers?
yeah, so click offers is multiple cash offers, one platform. And so I've actually used it multiple times. And the offers were surprisingly packed. And the process was extremely fast. Like within 7 days, had a cash offer, could have closed it in like 9 or 10 days. The 2 deals that I had, we did not actually use the cash offer. We ended up getting a higher offer, but it got me in the door to give my clients a cash offer, and then I sold it at retail. So you can do so many different things with the cash offer platform. What I use it for is as a marketing tool. So I'll run ads for cash offer, and I'll plug them right into the marketing center. And I can literally, as I get multiple offers, it gives them access to see each offer and then compare them side by side in real time. So as they come in, and then if I have my own traditional sale offers, I can plug those in so they can see the traditional versus the cash. And they're like, oh, let's just take the cash, it'll close tomorrow. it's a really, really cool marketing tool.
And all the essentials is recorded, right? All the essential stuff's recorded. So you can actually go back in there and find James Fuller, who did 204 transactions last year just for click offers. So pretty good guy to listen to. Yeah, you make some money with that. So now you got deals going, you got paperwork happening. That all is very entertaining. However, we pass that paperwork off to somebody else, and they will do that paperwork. They'll do the compliance, they'll do the follow-up, they'll take care of all the details. Those always work out better, the broker's happier, I'm happier, because I don't have to do that $4 activity stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it.
Files much cleaner.
Files cleaner, it's better. Jacqueline's happy, but I don't know what you. Let's my stuff's pretty good. It is sell out on it. But still, same exact thing. People pay $350, $4 for a transaction coordinator all the time, every single deal. Multiply that by how many deals are you doing? Doing 10 deals a year, doing 20 deals a year, doing 30 deals a year, that is a massive savings. And a huge savings in time, no doubt of that.
Shawami, so imagine you're on vacation and you need somebody to show your house. Shawami is that service. So Epic pays for the membership, you literally go on, you can interview agents, you can have do open houses, you can have show houses. You've used them multiple times, have you?
Because I took on vacation, somebody always wants to see us.
Yes, everyone always wants to see us. So it's there,
You're on vacation.
but imagine us, you're a brand new agent and you want to get experience, you can sign up and show houses for other agents. Or you get $50 per house, yeah, $50. There might be a small service fee that they take out of it, but still.
Say it's less than that, right?
Yeah, it's easy to get some experience if you're just sitting around doing nothing every day of the week. Go and show how you at least show some houses.
Spark is our national referral system. The great thing about Spark, you don't lose the client. If you do Spark, it's everybody is on your team. Whoever they refer them to is your team member. So if they move from Detroit to Nashville, you've got an agent in Nashville on your team.
Well, and they do all the like.
They do all like,
So
close the deal, and then they stay in touch with them for 5 years to make sure that they remind them that you were friends.
it's so worth yeah, it's so worth the small percentage that you pay them. Because one, they do the research, two, they keep you top of mind. So when you give a referral up now to somebody in Florida, that client's gone forever. You give it to Shawami makes it look Spark makes it look as if it's your team extension. I've sent one to Florida 2 times and I got a referral back from the people that went back to the program. And now I just did a second sale for them. That would have never, ever happened without doing this whole program. So now I'm getting referrals from people that you get to Spark. So it's a really slick program.
It is pretty cool. Elevate is a tool that you get to use for your clients to track all of their equity. They can also track on what modifications they're doing or whatever they purchase. They can mention everything for housing, stuff, closing documents. In the future, 2.0, you're going to be able to actually upload your picture of your house. You're going to go shopping, find the couch that you love, put the model number for the couch, and you'll drop the couch in the pictures. So there's some really cool stuff happening. Really cool stuff happening. So that's Elevate.
Yeah, utility concierge services. It's like just everyone. If you're an active real estate agent, how often do you get calls on, what service companies, providers are in this area? How do I switch this? How do I switch this? Just give them the information and let them do the work for you. Because I started, a lot of people agents are control freaks. Get out of your own head. Just let it go. Little,
I don't like to
let
be
it go.
attacked by.
Let's
And I just wanted 6 heads go down.
I know. There's nothing wrong with that.
like, yes, there
You
is.
want to make sure your
Yes,
clients
there is.
feel comfortable, right?
Because these people will save they'll save them money, they'll do the research on who's the best. You might just say, here's BTE, here's Comcast, and blah, blah, blah. But they literally will do the research to help them through the process. It can take hours and hours and hours. We as real estate agents, we don't have time for that. Let the concierge service do it for you.
There you go. Edge needs to be more utilized amongst Epic agents. Edge is a blessing. We've all walked into a house that's like green shag wallpaper, or it was just hideous, terrible colors. Or I said orange because their kid wanted for us orange. We didn't have the money to repaint the house. Or you walk into the basement, like cinder block basement, that's like going in. You're like, oh Jesus, like that needs to get fixed up, right? They don't have the cash to do it. So Edge is a soft credit pool. It doesn't impact their ability to purchase the next house. They can get up to $50,000, loan to them pretty much in 48 hours. And they can actually make the changes, make the corrections, sell the house for more money and have it paid for from closing.
Yeah,
That,
incredibly fast.
everybody needs to be using that. That's a moneymaker. And guys, let's be honest. We've all seen a 2,500 square foot house that's completely outdated. They do it, paint it all, put the flooring in it all, but it's sold for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 more money, maybe $100,000 more money. I mean, I don't know if you guys can do times 3% on that, times whatever you're charging, but I can do an extra $3,000 making a recommendation. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do. My mom did it just recently. She did so easy, and she can do it, anybody can do it.
Jan, I used to say that. That was like.
She's watching. You did it for me.
By the way, Mike's mom probably is watching. You're live streaming right now. She's from Jan.
Sorry, Jan.
So white labels for a brokerage that's existing, that's sitting out there. They don't want to change their name, but they want all the good stuff that we're offering. I mean, they want to be Epic, but they don't want to change their name. Legacy, maybe fourth generation, who knows what it is. So that's white label, not available in all the states. We kind of never wrote
Yeah,
that.
you just imagine brokerage in a box. It's just, you take everything, all of our backend tools and platforms, plug it in, still looks as if they're running their same brokerage.
So that being said, we get the bonus benefits.
Nobody knows, car washes, what about bonus benefits?
You buy on the street.
Yeah, available everywhere, but available right here.
Walk them away, shocking. So my home street's not, they're not everywhere, guys, which is why we call them bonus benefits. If you don't have a car wash in your area, you just can't use your car wash. Like, sorry, we have 94 benefits, 92 or 94. All right, call it 93. So you're gonna get 89 out of 93, no matter what, no matter where. And most people are gonna get probably 91 out of 93, no matter what. So car wash is one of them. Billboards, listing billboards, over 63,000 different locations. Billboards are first. They don't have a billboard. If you're in a city that doesn't allow billboards, they'll do LED boards on buildings. They don't have that. They'll do the screens on gas pumps. They don't do that. They'll do static photos before the movie or, in the grocery store. There's options for that. Tons of options for that. And the third one is
Interior, exterior photography. So I would say in Michigan, we got like 90% of the entire state covered. So when I came over, I was a little skeptical on if I got photography. So right out of the gate, I had one listing in Hope Street. Well, this is crap. It's never gonna happen. And then I had a whole listings manager, and he's like, "It's just a good offer." He's like the Debbie Downer. So I'm like, let's just give it a shot and try, because he always wants his listing photography perfect.
I think Matt's amazing.
He is. So that is amazing. So
We make it through the day without that.
yes. So what happened is we previously had this house listed. So I already had Matt's photographer's photos, and then we used Epic's photos. And then he's like, "Oh, it turned out okay." And I'm like, "Oh, pull them up. I want to see side by side." And the Epic's ones were like night and day or Saturdays once. You're just like, so that was a huge win, and it was in the middle of nowhere, right when we opened. That is a month after we opened.
So what if there is no photographer?
Oh, imagine this. You actually get paid. They will ACH you $125 to hire your own photography. What other brokerage is gonna do that?
Love it. Sign installation. If you have a sign installer under contract in your area, they'll go and install the signs for you. So that's nice.
Yeah.
I want to install a sign, that's for sure. If they don't, panels are still included. If you guys have 20 listings, you're gonna get 20 panels. You're not gonna have a huge fee when you switch over later tonight or tomorrow. For signs. So the signs are gonna happen, the panels are gonna happen. You might have to install them. If you do have to install them, you have to send the panel right to your house, put the frames, taking them from here. If you have a sign installer, the sign installer will go over, they'll put it in, they'll take it out, all the good stuff. So
How would we recommend a sign installer?
You can reach out to benefits at Epique Realty and give them all the contact information, and they'll interview them.
Yes, so
Right now.
you can make the recommendation, we'll definitely listen.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we've got Epic Estates. So we have divisions now, which is kind of cool. CRE just got going, commercial, residential, all the good stuff. So Epic Estates is not just a luxury logo. I want to point that out because that seems to be like what everybody does. They just create a new logo and it's a new luxury. So they're actually gonna figure out ways for agents to actually obtain more luxury agents, so more luxury clients, sorry. And the really cool thing is, once you have that luxury client here in front of them, you're gonna actually have things to offer that client that nobody else is offering them. So the suite of tools that you're gonna have are gonna be better than what everybody else is offering, which is gonna give us a big advantage. And they're actually gonna help us find the luxury clients also, big advantage.
No other luxury brokerage does that. And actually, we want to give leads to our luxury agents. So not only do we want to have the luxury division, we want to give them luxury leads.
Which is huge. And the ones that do that, makes 40%, 50%, so you can like massive amount of money when they do it.
Yes.
Commercial, you can do in association, out of association, and on the front, it's not as a lot, we can do pretty much everything. Do a little bit of residential, do a little bit of commercial.
We can't quite yet, so we don't have the both brokerages, but we're setting that up. So it will be set up. So we'll have dollar and not enough. So
Okay, so that was happening. And then global, of course, Realty Bank to Toronto in about an hour or two.
and half an hour, 30 minutes for out of here, 5 hours around.
I doubt it'll be enough 30 minutes, but anyway. So Canada is now up and running and opening. Australia is coming in like 2 months, 2 months.
My big spiders.
UK's next.
You think I'm gonna slip up? Back to something.
I was trying to favor it.
It's a bait, invading her.
I mean, wait,
I thought I could just throw it out through a picture like, yes.
size of yes.
I think UK's next. What's your guess? So you're not UK, okay. So anyways, all right, so we have global expanding going on, that's a good one. The biggest thing that most people ask at this point in time, we go through this many benefits this fast. Just how long we do it, can we do it? You talk to your broker, you tell them to leave, they're gonna say we can't do it. We joined at 17 benefits, now over 90 benefits. After PowerCon, which is our national convention, which by the way, our conventions are free. We don't charge $100 to meet the family. So you got a free convention, we're gonna be over 100 benefits by the time we get to that convention. Let's say that.
That is the state, we will be over our.
A little bit, that's from that fall. And so the over 100 benefits, when that happens, it's not by accident, guys, it's by design, right? It's built for us, by us, and the reality is our others are us, they're agents. So it's a really cool thing to have. So that being said, get to the money, Mike.
Get to the money. All right, 85-15 splits, $15,000 defining cap. So cap starts off at 15,000. For every year that you're here based on loyalty, it goes down to 1,000. When we hit the floor, we have to stay profitable. So 10,000 is the floor. 149 a month, monthly fee. That's even a little bit different, but we'll get to that just in a little bit. 0.01% transaction fee, capped at $500. So if you do a $200,000 sale, it's $200 compliance fee. Now you can charge whatever you want. So I charge $9.95. So I keep the majority of that for myself. And I don't know, there's just so many different ways that you can look at that. Look, I think it should be a profit center.
When does that stop?
It never stops.
Oh, I think it's something slipping out.
No, $5,000 will drop to a max of $250.
I see.
So then if a $300,000 sale, it's still only be $250. If a $500,000 sale, it's still only be $250.
Okay,
So $5,000 in cash drops to $250.
okay.
And if you're a power agent, it drops, it's only $250. But we'll get to that.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's no royalty fees, no franchise fees, no hidden fees, and we pay for your email alerts.
No quarterlies, no annual fee. No, my former place had annual fees. And no airs and emissions, right? So your application fee is $99. So guys, everybody like, well, usually afterwards, people walk up and like, all right, this is the craziest, amazing, we've got a lot of good stuff. Where's the gotcha? Where's the catch? Where's the this? Where's the that? Like, this is it. Catch is, like, my corner. Oh, no, it sucks. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
so $99, like, there's your catch. You have an application for you. Like, is that really a big deal? No. You're $149 per month. Is that really a big deal?
We talked about the best.
Like, I mean, it's, well, people are gonna sign for it, it's fine. All right, so next thing, best stuff, commissions, everybody makes those, right? I hope you guys all make bills. No, we've got some other conversations we're gonna have to happen, but commissions are gonna be happening anyway, right? So that's what's going on.
What I love is the 401k. So I probably know a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 agents. And the biggest thing that I see from agents who have been in this business even a long time they don't save their money. A lot of agents spend everything that they make. So when we announced that we have a 401k for agents, I think that this can be like life changing in an agent's life. But when I'm training agents like Keegan Mann, who started from, when he's 18 years old. So if I can convince him to start investing everything in that 401k now, when he's 18, and because he does a lot of transactions, he's allowed to put a lot of money into it. Like all these young, they will be able to retire when they're 40 if they wanted to. They truly keep pushing this money into this program. So I think it's really important. I think that's one of the things why our founders, they have the vision. They want to really help us grow as individuals, help us grow retirement, and help us change our lives.
And I don't know who has been at what brokerage, but if you're at any brokerage other than Epic and you have a 401k plan, raise your hand. Nobody, guys, doesn't exist anywhere else. That's the amazing part. So the next really cool thing is company stock. I like stock for one major reason. We own. We tell our clients all the time that it's better than renting, but more than 90% of realtors rent their business. It literally, revamp, so the position I had, it literally was called out as rent. So you knew you were renting, you're still okay with it. That's rental. That's rental. That's rental. So we don't rent, guys, we own. As soon as you do your application with us, you're gonna get stock. You're gonna own it from day one. So that's really a cool thing. I love the fact that we own it, we're not worried about rent. Revenue share.
Absolutely love revenue share. So, a lot of companies are coming out with revenue share, but I don't know. I think it's gimmicky with what they're offering because they're throwing it out as it's a retirement plan when in reality it's a work until the day you die. At Epic, they really want us to be able to retire off of rev share. We really put our heart and soul and effort into it. It's 10% per level, 5 months deep, with no restrictions. Like there's no frontline qualifiers, no recruiting requirements. Like I have agent requirements. Yeah, I have a couple of people in my revenue share group. They only came over to the company just for the revenue share. They've never closed a transaction. They're licensed agents. They've never closed a transaction. They're now making $7,000 or $12,000 a month residual income. And that's why they came here. They're doing a really good job. And in retirement, this will continue to grow. So at the other companies, when you have the FLQAs, which is frontline qualifying agents, the moment you retire, your frontline qualified agent count over time will go down. Your agent count might still go up, but if the minute that those levels start to fall off, and then you're only getting paid at levels 1 and 2, you can't retire off that. It'll shrink down to nothing before you know.
It's a constantly shrinking equation. That's what it is. So then your rev share plus, it's an additional dollar amount that you're going to get. It's not going to be massive, right? That's what our utility connection service. That's what
Massive is start.
That's what additional business and insurance, things of that nature. But as we have ancillary businesses that are producing revenue, that revenue goes into Epic. Epic shares 50% of it with us. Same with the cap, 85-15 split. They put 15% in, up to $15,000, 50% of that is shared with us. 50% shared with us on all the equation, which is pretty awesome. The last place I was at, I didn't get 50% of what we had. So it's a different situation. Power reward. If you do 20 more transactions, you're $10 million as an agent, you're a power reward agent. If you're a power reward agent, they have up to $30,000 of stock to give back to you, or 3,000 shares, which at Bruce last. Right now, the 3,000 shares last. That's one great benefit that you're going to get. You're going to get an additional amount of stock, which is more ownership. You're also going to reduce monthly fee to $99. You also get an extra 10% on your revenue share. So your level 1 is now worth 20% power reward agents. Want to answer that? No, I didn't get anything. Okay, well, then stock awards. Your stock awards, again, when you do your application, when you join Epic, you're going to get stock. When you do your first deal, you get stock. When you cap, you get stock. When you get a power award, you get stock. When your anniversary, you're going to get stock. And then when you add your first agent, you're going to get stock. Stock. Great. Love it. Anyway,
Did you talk about when you close the transaction, you can buy?
I didn't.
So that's one of the most important things. So when you close a transaction here at Epique, you can take 10% of your commission check by stat at a 20% straight. Book value right now is 53 cents, so you buy it at 43 cents. So I don't know, you can accumulate, you close 5 deals a year, 10 deals a year. You can accumulate thousands of shares of stock before we go public. That's before the end of the year. We're really targeting to go public before the end of the year. Just even little bits could be life changing for a lot of people.
100%. So thanks, Mike. Missed that. So revenue share, if you're from the traditional model, you don't really know what it looks like. This is just a quick example. This is you talking to 3 agents, who have 3 agents, make a move over that.
Believe it or not, that's a very conservative example.
The whole thing is set up crazy conservative, right? So it's 3 people getting 3 people. So you're going from 3 to 9, 27 to 78, should be 81, right? But it's not perfect. Nothing ever grows perfectly. So then you should be on 234 and 351s. That is it happening in a year? Is it happening in 2 years? Is it happening in 3 years? I know people have done it in 2. I know people have done it in 3. So it is something that can be done. This is literally something that we're not putting out there as pie in the sky, right? So then I wanted to figure out like what's the average agent make? The average agent makes $65,800, and I was like, well, that's cute. Like I know that's not what everybody makes. So what's the majority of agents make? Like that's 58 grand. And again, I was like, God, it doesn't sound right, but. So $58,000 is the median. So the majority of agents make 58 grand. So then I reduced it again to $40,000. So now again, very, very, very conservative figures. Starting with 3, growing to 351 at $40,000, 15% to Epique, 6 grand. Like Mike explained, we get 10% per level. So that agent, at whatever level you're on the first 5 levels, is going to be worth $600 to you. We just multiply $600 by 351 agents. Bam. Revenue share over $200,000 a year. There's no funny math. There's no weird things about it. That's the numbers. And even if you think I'm crazy, I always like to point out to everybody, I'm not going to, but you might want to point to everybody, level 4, level 5, cut them in half. Like make it 39 and 117. And you still have a 6-digit revenue share. Even if you cut it in half, still over 6 digits on that. So it's pretty crazy. So that's why I like revenue share. Other than that, teams, you can take that one.
Yeah, so there's 4 different team structures. So there's your unofficial team. So unofficial team is just, 2 buddies that want to be known as the same name. That's an unofficial. Your traditional team, that's kind of the most common type of team. That's a team leader, $15,000 cap in team leader, $10,000 cap in team members. All the team members get a reduced monthly fee down to $99 a month. Then you have a power team. Our team, you have your team leader at 15,000, team members at 5,000. Still all 85-15 splits, but the team members, their fee goes down to 99. Their transaction fee goes down to $250 per transaction.
Plus at least 5% of the team members.
Yes, and then
Or family.
yeah, and family teams. So family teams, imagine any related. They kind of loosened up the research. It used to be like had to live in the same household. Now it can be any related family members. Is there a cap now? 7, 10 people?
I don't think
Or
it's
they
that family.
is that gathered now?
They haven't kept it.
Okay.
Stay related, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, and on the good family team, I think they even took off the restriction of the 5%, but you don't even have to pay 5%.
Yes, and family owned.
Yeah.
So $15,000 family leader, $10,000 family members. The biggest thing about this, you don't have this, again, with an idea of retention, with an idea of keeping all of our agents, keeping everybody happy at Epique. The really cool thing is most, as team leaders know, and pointing at Stacker and Franny, and like, looking at everybody. Once your agents become really good, they all want to like fly, leave the nest, right? And usually because they want accolades, they want awards, they want all the good stuff. So at Epique, they don't have to ever leave. They can become a Power Award agent and never leave the team. They become a Power Award agent, get all the accolades, get stock, get the extra 10%, do all the good things, but never leave, which is a really cool piece based on retention. I think retention is really important. Yeah. So anyway, that being said, now we're to the easy part. So culture. So Epique Cares, right? So we have literally an organization where we can anonymously suggest certain things or certain people that might need help. Our board or just the owners reviews. Gotta do some things.
It's an anonymous board.
Anonymous board. So I think one of the cases that I heard, somebody up north lost They had a pipe freeze in their whole house, like flood on the first floor, so they got up in a hotel for a month. Pretty basic stuff. Natural emergency mobility operations, that's NEMO. That was something we get announced at our PowerCon, but all of a sudden we had a hurricane in North Carolina fire too. They're like, hey, we're gonna say this later, but we're gonna do it now. All things that 18 motors off of generators and water, and all the great things that were necessary in order to help, people in North Carolina.
Yeah, what's cool is they allow everyone per transaction where you can donate to all these funds, and Epic matches $1 for $1 up to $1 million a year. And then we have the Ken Whitfield Fund. So Ken Whitfield was the first broker at Epic. He passed away during COVID, and after that happened, we need to do something for our leaders. So if an area leader, if by then it's any leader in our company, is it just broker?
Area leader of brokers.
Yes.
It's area leaders still. At least that's a job status.
Yes.
So I think if any leader in the company passes away, they're gonna send the family fund that helps support that.
$10,000. Epic is fabulous. This really is a big deal, right? So one of our buying segments in the next 10 years is going to be Spanish speaking people. So now you're gonna have website Spanish speaking first, you're gonna have the agent speaking Spanish first, you're gonna have contracts all in Spanish first, no translators needed, which means to actually get the real truth from the real people from, without any of that weird feeling of are you being trained to speak and said it correctly, or was there, skewed viewpoint in there. So I think that's really, really important as well. And then again, agent first culture. Everything that we're doing is based on the agent. Every decision they make is based on the agent. Every change they've made so far that I've seen has benefited the agents. It's a much different role than a lot of other.
Yeah, at traditional brokerages, kind of a race to the bottom. Where at Epic, it's like they're just trying to find more ways to make everything better for us every single day.
Push the agents to the top.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. So that being said, you guys, thank you for coming. Whoever everybody, if you can get time with that, we'll do questions and answers for as many that you have, for as long as you want to. And bottom of course, and you can do your joint application. Oh, we have trees. Also, so we have closest to pine trees. That's good.
Epic Arbor.
You remember that? One chick, one of the flowers, look at that screen. It's the only thing that makes for your butt. That is like trees.
I'm like, I love that we're planting a tree for everybody else we sell.
That's good. All right, questions for anybody? So for you, if I'm, anybody else? Anybody else?
Randy, that's abuse. Elder abuse.
I'm on a team,
Yes.
and I want to get off the team. If I have to start 15,000 again.
No, you do not.
Not. How many years were you with the team? Three years.
I'm sure your cap is $12,000.
Thank you.
You get credited even if you're on a team, and then you go off.
Great question.
That is a fantastic question.
That's a great question.
That's a great one.
Dual license, actually, for your son, you may have to turn this off, so your dual license, you have to pay one cash.
One town about how many states you're in.
Yeah, you can do like Joseph,
States.
yeah, Joseph Williams has got teams in like, I think 5 states. And he has one cap.
No, the point of it is all. Yeah.
This guy.
The only thing on the multi, so you have one cap, but you would choose your primary for like
Yes.
all of
Your benefits.
where your benefits are being, so you can't switch